Hey everyone, Riley Sky here with another update video, and this one is going to be covering pretty much everything that I want to get off my chest for those of you that are wondering what's going on with me right now. It's been kind of hectic lately. I was hoping it would be a bit smoother after I graduated from college earlier this spring, and it's not like that at all. I've been picking up more hours at my workplace until I find a new job so that I could be able to earn more money to upgrade on a lot of things for my setup and such. And so far this job search is not going great. I was originally going for a sales representative because of my experience at Market Basket, but after several interviews I just didn't like the idea of just being in a generic office and just selling stuff off the phone and such. It was just not really my thing. So I'm looking more into the technical writer aspect among other things, but I'm doing well. It's just it's been a lot for me to consume at this point, so I'm still making ends meet, but I just want to find like a job before November when I start paying off student loans. So all that and such, and I really want to move into a place of my own, hopefully by early next year, because me and my girlfriend Erin promised each other that we wouldn't get each other something for our anniversary coming up this December, because we agreed to each other that we would save up a lot of money so that we would be able to afford a place of our own, which is really good because I don't want to spend anything fancy on her. Maybe a $20 gift card for a Nintendo eShop or something like that, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm still gonna take her out for dinner nonetheless. So anyways, enough about that. Let's move on to what's going on with the videos and such. First off, I want to get off my chest that I am going to do more reviews for games and such. I've already recorded several video footages for gameplay for games such as Tiny Toons, The Great Beanstalk on the PlayStation 1, Code Lyoko for the PS2, Ed, Edd n Eddy for the Xbox, Atlantis for the PS1, Strawberry Shortcake for the PlayStation 2, Ninja Gaiden for the PS3, and several more coming soon that is in the works. I just need to write out the scripts, record the parts, and then get to the editing, and it will be all good. I mean, I haven't done much reviews lately because I've been busy among other things, and because I've been more invested in the Let's Play scenes, which for some odd reason, no matter what tags I use for my videos, I don't really get the views for the videos that I post. And like I said before, I was never really into this just to get like fame and attention and such like other Let's Players. I do this because I enjoy doing the gameplaying. I enjoy the video editing and such, even though I hate the video editing I use right now, because I used the Adobe Premiere Pro at my college because it was much faster with rendering and it was more convenient. But with Sony Vegas Pro on my laptop, it's just sluggish, and plus it takes about 6 to 8 hours to render out one video. I mean, I could condense the amount of time I record for each part from an hour to about 45 minutes or so, but I just want to get these videos done as much as I can. So I'm pretty much trying to extract as much power from my laptop as possible before I go and invest and get a custom PC of my own, which will lessen the rendering times, and I'm hoping for one of those days to come. So let's move on to the next part, which is Let's Plays that I intend to do with pre-orders. First off, I want to say I pre-ordered the following games. I pre-ordered Spyro the Reignited Trilogy for the PlayStation 4, and I originally was supposed to get this game around this month, but one of my friends told me that Activision announced that it was pushing the release date back to November to make the game, to have the game like what was that? I think they said meet the fans' expectations and such. So I'm looking forward to playing the trilogy. Because when I heard it was first rumored, I did a Let's Play of Spyro Ripto's Rage for the PlayStation 1, and if you want to check out my Let's Play of that game, the playlist is in the description below. Next one is Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, I am really excited about this. Ever since we were teased about this in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, which was like in 2007, 2008, with the secret cutscene, we thought that it was going to be Kingdom Hearts 3, but instead it was Birth by Sleep. And we just were waiting so long because Square Enix was focusing on what appeared to be a development in hell, much like of Final Fantasy 15, much like that of Duke Nukem Forever. And thankfully, from what I heard, from what I've seen, Final Fantasy 15 did not turn out to be like Duke Nukem Forever in the final product. And although I haven't played it, I've heard from people it's really good. So, and I don't intend to play the game because I'm not that much into the Final Fantasy, but one of these days I'll play at least one Final Fantasy for a Let's Play or something like that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting Kingdom Hearts 3, and I pre-ordered it for the PlayStation 4. And I'm concerned because they might do the same thing as they did with Final Fantasy 15, releasing the definitive edition on PC, which will irritate me more, but we'll see what happens as we cross that bridge. The next one is Resident Evil 2 Remake, and with my history on Resident Evil 2, it was like my first horror game that I played when I was about 5 or 6 years old, and I loved it. And I recently did a Let's Play of Resident Evil 2 for the PlayStation 1. If you want to check that out, again, it's in the description below. I've been pumping to get this game in my hands. I really want to get it. And I also heard about like the pre-order, the $200 edition at GameStop, which I'm not going to be getting because I'm not putting in $200 just to get all the fancy toys and collectibles and such that will just lose its value about a month or so later after its release. And plus, GameStop doesn't have those certain pre-orders in stock anymore. So I'm sticking with the PS4 version of the game, though. If it comes to, like, when I get a custom PC, I'll probably get the PC version of it, but again, we'll see what happens. I'm really looking forward to getting this game in my hands because I've been waiting so long for this game to come. And the next one on the list is Devil May Cry 5. Currently I'm doing a Let's Play of the Devil May Cry games. Currently I'm doing the HD collection. That was Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3. And I haven't gotten around to get my hands on Devil May Cry 4 or the reboot. Both of them I'm getting on the PlayStation 4. I think Devil May Cry 4 I can only get digital only. As for the reboot, I can get a physical version of it, though I have to check again on eBay and such to see whether or not that's true. I think the physical version of Devil May Cry 4 for the PS4 is available in Europe, I guess, but I don't know. This was a game I wasn't really heavily invested in, but like playing the game so far, I actually come to enjoy it, despite some frustrating moments. And again, like with the other two playlists, like if you want to check out the playlist of Devil May Cry HD Collection, it's in the description below as well. So I haven't checked out like the videos for Devil May Cry 5 yet, but hopefully when I get around to it, I will definitely check it out, and I will be looking forward to play it. And the next game on the list is The Last of Us 2. Now, this is the sequel to the first Last of Us game, which is the game I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of soon, the first game. And I've only played about 30 minutes into it until I got to that one night part where it requires me to do stealth, and because I haven't really gotten much used to the controls, it's just been kind of torture on me. So when I get around to do the Let's Play of the first game, I will definitely like try to complete that before The Last of Us 2 comes out, because as of right now I don't know of the release date of it yet, thus I can't pre-order it, much like Devil May Cry 5. So I will definitely get around to doing the Let's Play of it, and I'm not going to be playing on the hardest difficulty mode because I've seen my younger brother play it on that mode, and needless to say, it's not worth my sanity. So the next game on the list was last minute entry. This is the Onimusha Warlords. Now, for those of you that follow me regularly, you might be saying, wait a minute, did you already do a Let's Play of that game way back when? Yes, I did, for the PlayStation 2. However, Capcom announced that they're coming out with the remastered version of Onimusha Warlords, which I knew was going to happen eventually, I just didn't know when. And the release date is going to be around the same time as Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3 and Resident Evil 2 Remake are coming out, so I had to juggle in between those games. And I've seen the trailer of it. It looks very impressive. They've done a really good job of making the gameplay look fantastic and such, which is a concern I have because I'm not really sure which version of Onimusha Warlords they're doing. Are they remastering the PlayStation 2 version, or are they remastering the Xbox version, which is Genma Onimusha? Now, Genma Onimusha was an enhanced version of Onimusha Warlords with some upgrades and a lot of extra materials, extra stuff that wasn't in the PS2 version. And I enjoyed that version. I still have it, though I haven't really completed it to my satisfaction yet because of those freaking Ayan dolls, which are a real pain in the ass for anyone that's played it. And I bring this issue up because I noticed on Capcom's official website for the announcement of the remastered version, they have a few screenshots of Onimusha Warlords Remastered posted there. What's interesting to me is the HUD that's shown on the screenshots. For Genma Onimusha, the HUD on the upper left, there's additional circular slots that contains the green souls that allows you to use 5 green souls to become temporarily invincible while regaining your health gradually. And in the remastered version, those circular slots are not on that HUD with the life bar at all, which tells me one or two things. Either Genma Onimusha will not be included in the remastered version, or it will be reserved at the highest difficulty mode. And I really want to believe that's the case of the latter, because I've done a bit more research before finding out about this announcement on a website called Trademarkia, which is a really good source for finding all different trademarks and such with brands on what names are being in use right now and what aren't anymore. You can even find how many times Nintendo have renewed the trademark of Eternal Darkness, which is like, what is 5th time or 6th? Whenever that's coming out, but who knows. Anyways, I keyword searched Onimusha, and one of the results that came up was Genma Onimusha. Originally, I thought the trademark was canceled, but I later on found out that the trademark was registered and renewed as of March of 2013. So that gives me hope that the materials of Genma Onimusha will be included in the remastered version, because it wouldn't make sense to not have it in this game at all. So, and what's also interesting to know that another Onimusha game, Blade Warriors, was renewed back in April of 2015, and I don't know if they're going to be doing anything with that. And there's also one more game called Onimusha Tactics, which I don't think is going to be remastered or included in any collection since the trademark was canceled in March of 2016, but that could change. You never know. So for now, those are the games I am looking forward to playing once they come out. Now we move on to the upcoming Let's Plays I'm going to be doing soon. The first one is Shadow of Rome on the PlayStation 2. Now, this was a game developed by Capcom that was released in February 2005. I had a poster of it, but I never actually played the game back then, and I managed to pick up a copy a few months ago, and I played about 30 minutes of it, and it's actually pretty good. I'm hoping I can get around to doing that Let's Play when I get the chance, so stick around for that. The next one is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis for the PlayStation 1, and I'm going to be doing that once I complete the Extreme Battle Mode showcase of the Resident Evil 2 characters. So that will be interesting to watch. The next one is Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny. Now, this is the direct sequel to the first Onimusha game for the PlayStation 2, and I hesitate to do this game for quite a long time for a Let's Play because it's impossible to get a 100% run on this game because of the gift system. I'll explain more on that when I get into the game, but hopefully I will be able to get the best result on that game possible, so stick around for that. Up next is Maximo for the PlayStation 2. There are 2 games, and I'm going to be doing the first one sometime soon. I'm interested to check that out, see how fast it'll take me to beat this game since I can get that out of the way for other games such as the next one, which is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater for the PlayStation 3. Now, this is a game I wanted to try and play for so long, because I first tried to play this game back when it first came out on the PlayStation 2, and I did not have a fun time because I wasn't the best when it came to stealth games, and to this day I'm decent at best. And the first time I played this game, I managed to get as far as the first encounter of Ocelot. And this time around with the PlayStation 3, with the Master Collection, I managed to get up to, I think, the first fight with Ocelot, though I have to play a bit more of it just to get comfortable with the gameplay and such, because I still not the best when it comes to stealth. So stick around for that. That will be interesting to watch. The next game on the list is Devil May Cry 4, and I'm looking at obtaining a copy of it right now because I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of Devil May Cry 3 Dantei's Awakening for the HD collection. So stick around for that. Up next is The Last of Us, which I mentioned while I was covering The Last of Us 2. So stick around for that game as well. The next set of games will be the Uncharted series. Now, I have never played any of the Uncharted games when they first came out on the PlayStation 3, which is crazy to believe because you would think, oh, I would play this kind of game. Well, nope, I just never got around to it. My brothers played it, but I haven't. Not until I got the PlayStation 4 Remastered Collection. And I'm playing the first game so far, and it's really good. So hopefully I'll be able to do a Let's Play of that soon. And the next game I want to do a Let's Play of is Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4. Originally, I wasn't going to do a Let's Play of this game because I really was waiting on something more from Insomniac, such as a new Ratchet & Clank game or something of that nature. But after looking at some recent gameplay footage from GALM, I think, yeah, I would really love to play this game. So when I get a copy of it, I will definitely get into it, so stick around for that. Now let's talk about the games and projects that are on hold. First and foremost is all Xbox games that I have in my possession are on hold until I move into a place of my own with Aaron, because there's just so much to juggle with, as I've mentioned so far already. So it would be a very complicated for me to throw in the Xbox there. Plus, the Xbox takes up a bit too much space here. So whenever I move into a new place, I will definitely get that set up because I want to complete Castlevania Curse of Darkness. And I left off on that video incomplete. So when I get around to doing it, getting into a new apartment, I will set it up and I will get the games going. And I also want to get the new clock capacitor for the Xbox, because I noticed when I took apart mine, the capacitor was like leaking a bit, and I tried to attempt to take it out, but I was unsuccessful, so I just left it in there for now until I can get a better soldering tool kit. So it will be months before you see anything related to the Xbox, with the exception of Ed, Edd n Eddy. I've already captured all the footage I need from that game to make a video review of that. And another game that's on hold is Alien Isolation, because I tried to do a bit more of it, but I just got really tensed up and scared because of the alien that's in the game. So I'm trying to make more progress, but whenever I get around to it, I'll definitely do more of the Let's Plays of it. But don't expect a video of Alien Isolation anytime soon. Now, to conclude this video, because it's dragged on longer than it should, the game updates that are going on for my end is, first and foremost, the Ratchet & Clank series. I am still wanting to do more of the Ratchet & Clank games. I just want to get through Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal and Deadlock, so I can get through with the Quadrilogy Remastered Collection, and then I can move on to the PlayStation 3 games, which will eventually lead me to the 2016 Ratchet & Clank game. That will be interesting to play through, because I've already beaten the 2016 version, so it will be a while before you see anything new on Ratchet & Clank. The next thing I want to bring up is Shatter Nation. Now, I created this channel and group with a few of my friends about a year or two ago, with the intention of bringing all obscure game titles back to the mainstream and giving them more attention that they deserve than what they got years ago when they were first unveiled. And it's dragged its feet out for so long because I haven't really done much activity to it. Well, I haven't done any activity to it at all in like a year and a half because I've been busy with other things in life. So I'm hoping to get more stuff done with that by the end of this year. I've already talked to Carbia Yuan about this, and he's on board with it, getting it back up and running, but we'll see what happens. I can't really guarantee anything big coming by the end of this year, but we'll have something that will be along the horizon. Anyways, the next one is book reviews. Now, the first time I posted a book review was on Yuta Aoki's book on There's Something I Want to Tell You About Mixed Dating in Japan, and I enjoyed the video and the feedback it got, and I want to do more of those videos, but again, with like the games and such and my life going on, it's so much to deal with, and I decided to place it on the back burner right now until I had the feasible time to read the books I want and then make video reviews of it, and so on and so forth. So don't expect anything to come from that anytime soon, until I think I move into a place of my own. But we'll see what happens. The next thing I want to bring up is Extermination for the PlayStation 2. Now, I already did a Let's Play of this game. You can check out the link in the description for the playlist, and I've speedrun this game several times when I first attempted it, and I managed to do this in less than half the time that it was originally made by someone that says 3 hours and 50 minutes that they said they got with no video proof. And after I got my world record, there have been a few other people that have got on board with it, such as Opie, Laud, and Josh. And the thing is, with that small community for that speedrunning that game, it's pretty toxic because of Laud, who just has the mindset of a immature teenager that just admires more trash talking like a Call of Duty player than being a respectable adult. And because of that trash talking crap, I decided not to engage in that type of behavior at all because I knew I was better than that. So I backed out of that community, giving out my chance of becoming a moderator for Extermination speedrunning community. Though I want to get back into the speedrunning that game one day because people like Opie, who is really respectful in this community, just does much more with it, and I haven't seen him do much of anything of it recently, so hopefully I will get around to playing that game and see what I can do, because I haven't played that game in over a year, so it's going to be a while before I can get like a new personal best on it, because I'm still on the top 4 list of times. So yeah, whatever I can get around to it, I will definitely do it. And the last thing I want to talk about is the Evil Within 2. Now, I've already done a Let's Play of the Evil Within 2, and the latest, the most recent video I did of the Evil Within 2 was a update video of the new first-person perspective, which allowed you to play the game in first person, well, for the most part. And it wasn't what I wanted from an update. I wanted more DLC content for the game, like that Reddit post was back in December of last year, and we never got any of those. And I just found out from looking at a video back in from a video of E3 2018 in July with a person named Pete Hines, was like the CEO of Bethesda, which came out and said that they thought that it was best to have the first person perspective for Evil Within 2 than DLC, which they say, oh well, people wanted that, so we did that. No, we wanted the DLC stories for that game, much like in the first Evil Within game. We didn't want the first person perspective. Hell, the only reason it existed was because of an exploit glitch that was found on the PC version of that game. And it just really sucks that we're not going to see the DLC of Evil Within 2, which is really unfortunate. I can only imagine how John Jonas feels about that, and whether or not if there's going to be Evil Within 3 that's going to be published by Bethesda or by someone else, because I would want John Jonas to find a different publisher, because Bethesda is not really reliable anymore. They just really don't care what the fans want in the case of the Evil Within 2. And I think that the game could have sold much better had the game not been announced so late, because when they announced it back last year in E3 of 2017, it was the first time we ever heard about it. There was a bit of speculation and such, but nothing was confirmed. And when it was released about 4 months later, and the sales of it were less than the first Evil Within game. And I imagine had they pushed the release date back to something like the holiday season, it would have sold much better, thus prompting more DLC content. But I just hate Bethesda for this, and I don't know if we're going to see the Evil Within 3 anytime soon. In fact, I don't think it's going to be announced at all next year whatsoever. So if there is going to be Evil Within 3, I would expect that it would come out around 2020 or 2021. So that's all. That's pretty much my long-winded way of saying I'm done with the Evil Within 2. In fact, I already sold my copy of the game like a month or two ago. So that's pretty much my whole entire update of what's going on right now. So I hope you enjoyed what I had to say, and I really thank you for sticking around for this long. And until the next time I come out with a new video, I will catch you all later. Thank you very much for joining me.